The world's new normal is the wearing of face masks, the use of gloves, and social distancing, which in effect has tampered with the confidence we have in cohabiting socially. Joining me to talk on COVID-19, the social implication, is Dr. Ade Oyeshile, a renowned educationist, financial expert, and a pastor. But before I delve into it, I am Olujoke saying welcome to Let's Talk. Hello, Doctor. Welcome on the show. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Joke. Lord bless you.
Amen.
Thank you for inviting me.
All right. Yes, this is a pandemic that has bedeviled the world at large, which has kept us all on our toes. Now, looking at where we were socially, and where we are right now, and the unforeseen future, what will be your summation of the world right now?
Summation of the world right now.
Yes.
Nobody can say specifically or with 100% certainty yes, what is happening now or what will happen going forward. We are in a period they call unprecedented time. In another term they use for an unprecedented time is a new normal. It's a new normal. The old normal has gone and has gone forever. We're in lockdown. Okay, the lockdown, the whole world is on lockdown. Nothing moves, nothing goes. But mind you, the world moves forward. Times move on, even though you're on lockdown. Time can't be stopped. Nobody can stop the time. So some people they say we're on lockdown, they cannot do anything now. You must be wasting your time. So time is moving. But nobody can say specifically what will happen going forward. But as a faith person, I believe that all will be well. But I don't expect people to be expecting the former normal that when we are open up, things will go to the way we used to be. It's not going to happen like that.
Looking at the health sector has been under a lot of pressure lately. What are the ways in which you think they could avoid a second wave of the pandemic?
Thank you for that question. Very brilliant question. Our prayer is that there will be no second wave. Okay? The so-called experts in this virus expert kind of thing, they say it's not inevitable that recurrence, in other words, the second wave may happen. But as a faith person, I just believe that we should pray. But what we can help, going to your question, what we can help those frontliners, what they are doing, what they are asking us to do, is to obey what they are doing, what they are asking us to do. The washing of your hand, social distancing, using your mask. Yeah, that will reduce the what we call the spread of the virus. What does that really mean is that I don't want to catch the virus from you, and I don't want to infect you with my own if I have it. So everybody taking care of himself or herself. So it will help them a lot. It will reduce as they want to release us now to go. We must just obey what they ask us to do. Listen to your state government, listen to your local government. We say don't open. Say close down. Yes, just basically just let us listen to the experts. Whatever they ask us to do, let us follow it. The problem we're having now, we don't want to listen. Use your mask, wash your hand, keep social distance. They say 10 people in a place, meet 10 people. So don't go 50, don't overdo it. That's it.
Okay. Now, going to the educational sector, which actually you are also a very grounded personality in that aspect too. As a result of this pandemic, remote learning has been the in thing. Classroom moved online, especially for the elementary students and the high school students, because we know that for the university students it has been on. We have online courses before now, but having to go down to the level of the children going from the four walls of a classroom to online. And some developing countries are using the state or federal owned TV stations as classroom for students, which we all know has a couple of deficiencies ranging from poor electricity supply, internet accessibility, unavailability of even a TV set, and the likes. God forbid, again, we have a second wave of this pandemic. But what if it happens? What can be done?
They call it pandemic because the whole thing affect the whole world. Even in developed countries, when you are asking 4 years old, 6 years old to be homeschooled, it's a lot of stress, not only for the child, even for the parents. All of a sudden, parents become in emergency teachers, right? It is a stress for the students. I can understand those higher education we used to that, every one of them has pro and con. It's even worse for developing countries who have no steady electricity. We can only pray that we get cure for this virus. The earlier we get the cure for this virus, the better for everybody. We cannot expect these students, 4 years old, 10 years old, to be homeschooled. It's too much stress for them and for the parents.
Exactly.
If you get the cure for it, everything will become normal. But let me tell you, when they become normal, you will not have the former normal forever. People, even developed country, they are even thinking now, why must they go to school for Monday to Friday? Maybe some group will go Monday and Wednesday, some group will go Thursday and Tuesday and Thursday, and make Friday free to be home to everybody. Don't expect the former normal to come back.
Wow.
So people have discovered another way of doing many things. Even in the offices, some people have decided working from home, which before they could not do it. Now they have discovered, I can work from home. So it's a challenge for us to be homeschooling all these, young teenage, 10 years old, but we just pray that we get cure for this virus. Don't forget that we have had some virus. When I say we, the world has had virus before, like flu, like many other like what we call it, smallpox. But they get like if malaria, like smallpox, they get cure for them. That is why it doesn't kill anybody anymore. The earlier, the better for us to get cure for this COVID-19.
Okay, moving on to the religious section now, a sector which actually you're also someone that is very deep in that. You are a pastor, and just of recent, there's a lift by the US government for religious organizations, churches, mosques, to go back to their worship centers. But there is a brawl as regards that. Now, what are the views of people in the issue of online worship as opposed to the congregational worship after COVID-19?
Thank you for that question. There's one thing we want to start. What is a church? Church is not the building.
Okay.
Remember, the church are the disciple of Christ or follower of Christ. gather together in a building. So now with this pandemic, we went online. In other words, we went online. We're not in the building. So some people have discovered that hey, they can even have more members online than when they are in the on-site on the building. I've discovered some churches even increase their membership during this pandemic. The challenge for them now, when we will go back to the site, if they were able to have we have the member they are already recruited. You know, the advantage of being on site is that we are used to it for many years. We see one another, we do everything together. We after the service, we sit down, maybe eat together. Hey, that is not completely gone. But what I see going forward, you may see both the on-site and the online services.
Okay, in another words again, does the issue of commitment and belief against the physical gathering in churches and mosques and virtual congregational gathering increase or reduce the faith of the faithful?
It's a different way. When I'm speaking to you face to face, right? I can see if you are getting it or if you are following me.
Okay.
Right? That's the on-site. Or maybe I need to talk more. But when I'm online, I don't see your face. I don't know if you get it or you don't get it.
Mm.
That is the thing. We may not be able to know if we're able to pass the message effectively as we want to do. So, but one thing I know is that online increase the number of people that may attend a service. Some people are so tired to get from their house. Some people don't want to come. Since they can worship online, they will join the message. They will see the message. Another good thing is that even if they are not able to join live, the messages are recorded that for them to see. So it can increase some people's faith. I don't see being a disadvantage at all. I mean, what I mean, I don't see online service being a disadvantage for the churches if they know they practice it effectively. I believe it is important for the churches to be able to follow up with those people that join them online. How effective churches have been able to do that, I don't know. But because for instance, if you are on site and people come to your church for the first time, there's a follow-up department. How do we follow up people who join us online for the first time? If you are not able to follow them, then it will not be as effective as it should be. But me, I see online as an opportunity for churches to grow. It's not a disadvantage at all.
Okay, so basically, by the time everyone goes back to to church to continue the usual way, do you think what are the measures you would suggest or advise religious leaders to put in place in their various parishes?
Number one thing, are you able to know the number of people who join you when you are online? To be able to follow them? If you don't have their number, you don't have the statistic, then your online is not as effective as it should be. Because when you are online, many people join you from all over the world, from all over the United States, even the same time in your location. Are you able to track those people? If you are able to follow those people when you come back on site, that will be good for you. But you may lose them or some of them, if you don't follow up.
Okay. So on a final note, finally, if you were in a position to advise the government, people in particular, what would you advise on how to actually be able to still survive, be able to relate socially, even when we are all released to go back to the the normal. I wouldn't want to say abnormal, but in that instance.
No, there's no abnormal. The new normal, you know. You see, quickly is not a big deal for us to go back. You can't just rush back.
Mhm.
The virus they say is still there. People are still getting sick. Okay, social distancing is still there. The government are saying if, for instance, you have 200 members, right? Your church can occupy 200 people. In the first instance, maybe 25, 30 people just go. The churches should remove the shares so that maybe you'll be going to be having 2 or 3 services.
Mhm.
You come your own side gradually. You obey the social distancing. The churches must put in place social distancing in sanitizing, hand washing, mask, and they must put in place all those things. So otherwise, there will be problem, and we pray there will be no.
What about the use of mics, microphone?
The microphone, for instance, if you have 4 choirs, they should own that microphone for the first 3 months. Or there's something you put, you cannot be exchanging microphone. So own your microphone and scatter it 6 feet or 5 feet apart.
Mm.
That's it. Pastor hold on to his own. Minister hold on to his own. Choir hold on to their own. So you don't exchange things at this time, and everybody must do mask and hand washing.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Adeoye Shile, for coming on Let's Talk. And I hope you've been able to learn one or two things from him. Thank you too for being part of this show. Until next time, I remain Olujoke. Bye.